Hello friends, welcome to our channel Wired Factz. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. We always come with the new video related to science and history every week. Let's get started with the today topic about the great nuclear disaster happened in Chernobyl. Let's begin. This nuclear disaster occurred on 26 April 1986. At 1:23 am at the nuclear reactor number 4 in the Chernobyl nuclear plant in the Pripyat city in the northern of the Ukraine SSR in the Soviet Union. A routine test at the power plant went horribly wrong and two massive explosions blew the 1,000 tons roof of one of the plant reactor, releasing 400 times more radiation than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The worst nuclear disaster in the history killed 2 workers in the explosion, and within the month at least 28 more would be dead by the acute radiation exposure. Eventually thousands of people would show the sign of the health effect and including the cancer from the fallout. Within the second, an uncontrolled reaction would cause the pressure build up in the nuclear reactor number 4 in the form of steam. The steam blasts the roof of the reactor, releasing the plumes of the radiation chunk of burning radioactive debris. About 2 or 3 seconds later, a second explosion hauled out the additional fuel. A fire started at the roof of the reactor number 3, risking a breach at the facility. Automatic safety system that would normally have kicked into the action did not because they have been shut down priority for the test. Meanwhile, the life went on as usual for almost a day in the neighboring town of Pripyat. Aside from the sight of the truck cleaning the street with the foam, there were initially few signs of disaster unfolding just a mile away. It wasn't until the next day, the April 27, when the government began the evacuation of Pripyat 50,000 residents. The residents were told they would be away from just a few days, so they took very little with them and most would never return to their home. The damaged plants released a large quantity of radioactive substance, including iodine-131 and cesium-137, plutonium and strontium-90, into the air for over a period of 10 days. The radioactive cloud was deposited nearby as a dust and debris, but was carried by the wind over the Ukraine, Belarus, Russia and other parts of the Europe. In an attempt to contain the fallout, on May 14, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev ordered the departure of hundreds of thousands of people, including firefighters, military reservists and miners, to the site to aid in cleanup. The corps worked steadily, often with the inadequate protective gear, though 1989, to clean the debris and contain the disaster. Chernobyl elephant foot. Deep within the basement of Reactor 4 lies the Chernobyl elephant foot, a huge mass of melted concrete, sand and highly radioactive nuclear fuel. The mass was named for its wrinkled appearance, which reminds some observer of the wrinkled skin of an elephant leg and foot. In 1980s, the elephant foot gave off an estimate of 10,000 retentions of radiation each hour, enough to kill the person 3 feet away in less than 2 minutes. By 2001, the rate has dropped to the roughly 800 retentions per hour. Soviet secrecy. It took a day for the Soviet leadership to inform the international committee that the disaster had occurred. The Soviet government made no official statement about the global scale accident until the Swedish leaders demanded an explanation when operators of nuclear power plant in Stockholm registered unusual high radiation level near their plant. Finally, on April 28, Kremlin reported that there had been an accident at Chernobyl, and that authorities were handling it. The statement was followed by a state broadcast detailing the US nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island and other nuclear incidents in Western countries. 3 days later, the Soviet May Day parade to celebrate the worker went ahead as usual in Moscow, Kiev and Belarus, the capital Minsk, even as risky amount of radiation was still streaming from the wicked power plant. Most people even within the Ukraine were still unaware of the accident and the death and the hasty evacuation of Pripyat. Chernobyl exclusion zone. Apart from every unfolding human toll from the disaster, the Chernobyl accident also left behind a huge area of radiation-tainted land. A 700 miles wide Chernobyl exclusive zone around the site isn't considered safe for the human habitation and can't be used for logging or agriculture due to contaminated plants and soil. By 2070, however, the entrepreneurs found a new use for the territory. In December 2070, a Ukraine-German company, the Solar Chernobyl, announced the construction of massive solar power plant in the abandoned territory. 1 megawatt power plant built just a few hundred feet from the damaged reactor number 4 was fitted with 3,800 solar panels. The Ukraine government said that a collection of companies planned to eventually develop more solar power plant at the site. That is a lot of power, but still not close to the former output of the destroyed nuclear power plant. At the time of the accident, Chernobyl 4 reactor would generate thousands of megawatts each. Women, on the other hand, aren't expected to repopulate the area anytime soon. Ukraine authorities have said it will not be safe for the people to live in Chernobyl exclusive zone for more than 24,000 years. Today, tourists can visit the site, which appear the frozen in time, apart from single of looting, natural weathering and the encroachment of nature. What did you think about the great nuclear disaster happened in Chernobyl in Ukraine? If you like these types of history and science related video, then don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below and share with your friends and family. Till then, see you in the next one.